currency has fallen for 7 weeks. Where do you see the currency headed? Where do you think the central bank will take the local currency this year and next year?
Well, good morning. The Vietnam dong have been depreciating slowly compared to the other currency within ASEAN. We're actually quite strong for the 2015. But from now to the year end, we don't expect it to devalue anymore. We think it will be very stable. But probably early next year, there'll be a small devaluation, perhaps 1 or 2% in the first quarter of 2016. That's what we're expecting. But overall, the currency have done pretty well compared to other currency.
And of course, FDI has a lot to do with where the dong goes from here. Foreign direct investment, it has reached a record in the first 11 months of the year. What is making Vietnam so attractive, and where do you see the business environment going forth, given that the government is expected to release a list of conditions by the end of this month?
Yeah, well, the foreign direct investment sector is doing so well because Vietnam is actually, what I see is a golden opportunity. The reason is that I got a manufacturer last week came and see me and said, look, I'm looking to move my manufacturing from China to somewhere within ASEAN to take advantage of the AEC. And why not Vietnam? Because Vietnam is also going to the TPP, the Trade
that was a surprising move, wasn't it?
It is.
Vietnam
so if you're going to set up a manufacturing base in anywhere in ASEAN, you might as well set up a country where it's also an AEC and a TPP, so you can export to US, Japan, and Korea duty-free. And you're right, Vietnam is surprisingly participating in TPP. No one expected. People were expecting a country with more open economy would participate. But Vietnam, this is a transformation year because if they do participate in TPP, it's not about trade. It's a lot of other stuff. Like, for example, SOE, stay-only price, have to be playing fair, similar to private sector, have to be reformed. The labor code is the same or similar with the 12 countries. So many areas that's going to be reformed because of the TPP that we don't see it yet. So there's a huge impact on Vietnam.
So how will these trade agreements eventually play out for the investor here in Vietnam?
Well, from an investor perspective, we look at sectors that benefit from the trade. For example, textile and garment. We actually invested in a company just privatized earlier this year. So, for example, textile and garment, after TPP coming into effect, export to US, duty will drop by 20 to 30%. And that's huge because, this industry margins about 10%, but suddenly you get another 20% on top, your margin triple. So it's a huge impact on certain industry that actually get the advantage or benefit in TPP, and that's where we're focusing our investment on.
Now, Vietnam will have a big transformation also coming forth because of the political scene changing. We have the Party Congress, January. What do you expect in this new political landscape?
Well, this time around is very, very critical because it's once every 10 years leadership transition. So we are expecting a lot of the older leadership to retire. So there's a new group of people that's coming up. And the new group of leaders coming up are typically younger, more educated, more technocrat. So this will happen January 2016, which is only 2 months away. That's going to be huge for Vietnam. But with the policy-wise, we expect it to be more open, continue the same, which is more market-oriented.